What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Stay True Podcast. I'm your host, Madison Trout, here with my husband, Grant Trout.
Hey, guys.
And this has been an exciting week, huh?
Such an amazing week.
And season.
And
life.
Month. And what else? Hour. It's a great hour right now. It's a great minute.
Why,
it's a great
Grant? Why is it exciting?
Guys, we are officially gonna have a baby.
We're pregnant.
We are pregnant. And I can't believe it. I'm so happy. I'm so excited.
I can't believe it either.
It's
happening. My stomach
happening.
is starting to get big. For those of you watching this video, you can see.
She's starting to show, guys.
I mean, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to see right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's getting out there.
It came out of nowhere.
It did. It all happened overnight. Belly just.
I could see a little bit. And then one day I was like, you're pregnant. Like, you're showing a stomach.
Guys.
And I'm so attracted to you right now.
He is.
It's
He's like,
more than ever.
You look more beautiful pregnant than before.
She's glowing. You're so beautiful always. But pregnant is a different level, guys.
He just knows I'm carrying his child, and he's
such a good moment, though. Such a good.
We're over the moon, like truly. I mean, and we might, I don't know, there might be some tears or just some joy or just some laughter on this podcast. We want to run you guys through
all of it,
what has been going on the past few months and how we found out that we're pregnant, really just life updates, all the things. And I'm just excited to bring you guys along the journey because I started this podcast, had no idea that just a couple months in, I'd be getting pregnant.
No idea.
And even the last few months I've been so sick and so nauseous, and so I've had to come up here and record an episode. And
we gotta walk them all the way through.
I'm like, pull it together, Maddie, pull it together. Okay, so where should we start?
First off, I want to start by I just can't wait to be a dad.
He's gonna be the best dad ever.
No, and you're gonna be such an amazing mom. And
I'm already
guys,
getting emotional.
We already know the gender.
We do.
And we'll walk them through all of finding out the gender, but that changed the game for me.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here and I'm so thankful. And I'm like, we've just been praising God lately. We're just thank you, God, for the gift of a baby.
Thank you, Jesus. Yeah.
And I'm so happy to be pregnant with you. You're pregnant and I'm with you. I'm so happy to be
pregnant with me
in the game with you.
It is. And he's been so amazing in this season of just helping and serving and loving and just being kind and understanding with all the changes in my body and feelings that I'm having and emotions and all the things. And so we want to start off by saying, thank you, Jesus. We are so grateful, truly so grateful. And we just knew we were entering into a time where we wanted to start trying to have a family and just never once took it for granted. Totally. Of just, this is due to us. We're definitely going to have a child.
Yeah. We
were just like, God, it's in your hands and we entrust it to you. And no matter what, we know that we are called to be a mother and a father to many, whether that's we're spiritually adopting children or we actually are adopting children or we're having our own. We want to be a part of just, raising and training children in righteousness. And
oh gosh,
I am so biblical. Excited to, but we didn't know what our journey was going to look like. And truly we're just so grateful and thankful to the Lord and, and just enjoying the season and really hitting our knees and thanking him every day. But okay, let's get into, let's take them on the journey because we just dropped this on you guys. If you didn't see the Instagram post,
we're going to be parents.
If you didn't see the Instagram post, then you guys are really just clicking on this podcast whoa, was not expecting that.
Oh, I'm so excited.
But we are. We're going to be parents. Don't lean too far ahead or they'll not be able to blur.
She's always getting on me on my pose and stance. She's like,
mic,
you hold the mic out here.
No. And honestly, have an episode coming out with my mom soon. And I recorded an episode with my mom and she's the same way. She's like, mic was all the way down here. And I was like, mom, you got to bring your mic up here, which it probably picks up on the sound. Anyways. Okay. Let's get them into the moment.
All right. So last Sunday at Harris Creek is I'm finishing work at Harris Creek.
So he's wrapping up. We felt like it was a season where we felt like the time at Harris Creek was coming to an end. Yep. He's been working as a young adult pastor and we just had been praying through it. And It was exactly where he was supposed to be and where we were supposed to be for these last couple of years. But we were like, I just realized I don't have my wedding ring on.
Oh my goodness. What is wrong? I mean,
And I'm announcing
you're going to be a mother. What is your
pregnant.
problem? Where is it?
I have pregnancy brain.
Oh my goodness.
I forgot my...
It's okay. We're
Forgive
married.
me?
We're married. I forgive you.
It's just
All
a
right.
symbol.
So it's just a symbol. Guys, by the way.
It doesn't mean I'm married.
By the
It's
way,
just a symbol,
just did
guys.
my first wedding.
Yeah, you
and
did.
the powerful part about a ring is it doesn't make you married or not make you married.
No.
It's simply an outward expression of an inward love.
Yes.
I learned that line. I thought it was beautiful.
Just
hey,
like baptism.
Wow. Just like
Okay, anyways.
whole new episode.
Guys,
hey,
we're-
you tell the story at the
Okay,
start because
yeah.
you found out first.
You're
and then
right.
she waits a week to tell me.
You're right. So, to wrap up the thought of what we were saying, Grant has been working at Harris Creek as a young adult pastor. We felt like that was where God was leading us for the last couple of years. It's been amazing. And then we just felt like the chapter was coming to a close.
Yep, so
we
good,
didn't
though.
know what was next. We didn't know what God had in store, but we had a peace that season was coming to an end. And so we took that leap of faith. Grant was wrapping up his last week of work, and it was an emotional week because,
Yes.
we love our church
Yes.
and we love our pastor and
Yeah,
you're
the
so
ministry,
close to the pastor.
the net,
Yeah,
all of it.
all
Super
of it.
emotional.
So it was an emotional
I was
week.
giving my last talk. I had 2 talks that week, 2 different ones. So I'm preparing. But then handing off a ministry, it was just a very I'm locked in on this week. I wanted to finish really well.
We had been talking for weeks about we want to finish this week
Really well,
at Harris
yeah.
Creek. You
Yep.
want to be able to enter in this next season of life with so much peace, knowing that you just closed that chapter well. You finished strong, you passed it off well. And so anyways, we had been talking about that for a long time. And so I have that in my head of this is his last week. I want to be such a good wife. I had planned all of these intentional gifts to give him. I got letters from all of his closest people and put it in a little journal, printed out all these pictures. It was like a scrapbook,
She was
y'all.
she was amazing.
It was
She was amazing.
I'm not going to lie. It was really good.
So it's Sunday heading into my last
So
week.
yeah, it's
All right.
it's the first day of his last week. And he's already at the church. So part of being in ministry is that I went to church by myself every day or every Sunday because he was already there. He was working. He works on Sundays or he worked on Sundays. So he was already at the church on Sunday. And this happened to be Pentecost Sunday, which for those of you who don't know what Pentecost is, Pastor, why don't you tell them what Pentecost is?
Pentecost is in Acts 2 when the Holy Spirit came down like a fiery tongue
yes.
and filled the apostles. So Pentecost Sunday is a very spirit-filled day.
It's a really special day. Holy Spirit. So it's Pentecost Sunday. Okay. It's a good day. Already excited. I'm it's a special day.
For a spirit-filled woman, this is a good day.
This is a really good day. And I'm getting ready, but I'm running late per usual. Running late for church.
I'm not good.
He gets mad.
No, it's okay.
And I'm running late. So I'm running around like crazy and I'm experiencing, some cramps. But
And tell them, are we trying at this point? Was this out of nowhere? Where were we?
had just started talking about how we wanted to try for a family. And so
Yes.
for those of you who aren't watching,
Which means
Grant
free
is
game. Fair game.
putting his hand in the air, praising the Lord.
I was praising the Lord. I forget people don't watch this. I used to
Yes.
forget people watched it.
Yes.
Because I would play with my shoelace.
And then I was
And
like,
then
babe, you do realize people are watching this
I
video.
had no clue people watched.
And he's
podcasts.
I'm talking and he's looking off to the side. He's
Like,
playing,
they can only
he's
hear me.
playing with his shoelace and I'm like, they're watching you seem so bored right now. And he's like, but I'm not
not
bored. I'm just
bored.
distracted.
Man.
Anyways.
Pentecost Sunday.
Okay.
We were trying a little bit.
We were trying a little bit, but we had just had the conversation. We had just
Yeah.
said, we want to start trying. And we said we don't want to put any pressure on it.
Totally.
We don't know what this journey is going to look like. Again, we didn't want to just expect that we were going to be able to get pregnant.
Totally.
We've walked our friends through a lot of really hard things.
Honestly, both of our hearts were kind of guarded for hey,
Yeah.
it could take a while.
We were prepared that
Just
that wasn't going to be our
know.
story.
Yeah, you never know the
you know?
journey.
And so we were prepared for that. We were also just very surrendered. We had hope. We were I
Totally.
hope that we're able to have a child, Lord. We believe for that and we have faith for that, but we're not expecting that. And so we were kind of it was surrendered. It wasn't this thing that we were hardcore trying for. It was just we're ready if this is God's will. So we're going to go for it. So we were going for it. Yeah. And so Yeah, I mean, that was the context, I guess. But Pentecost Sunday, we're going back to Sunday. It's Sunday. I'm late for church. Grant's already at the church, and it's Pentecost. That's the summary so far.
Okay, they're clear on that. They know it's Pentecost Sunday.
I am cramping. Okay, and I'm like, okay, that's not abnormal because I'm about to start my period, and so I'm thinking it's period cramps. But I am a crazy person, and I'm like, I have 45 pregnancy tests at our house just in case. And so I'm like, let me just take a pregnancy test just to like see, because, you know, we did kind of try. So we're just going to see. I don't know. So I was like, I'm going to give it a go. But I truly thought it's going to say not pregnant. Like there was nothing in my mind that even for a second was like, this could be pregnant. I don't know why. My mind just didn't even go there. And so I take the pregnancy test or whatever. I'm like waiting. I'm running around. I'm getting dressed. I'm like not even paying attention. And I see pregnant. And I said, what?
Like not expecting it at all.
What? And I didn't believe it. I was like, it's lying to me. It's clearly something's off.
She takes 3 more.
I take literally like, well, okay. On this actual day, I think I took 2 more, 1 or 2 more. And so I had like 2 or 3 total because I was like, I don't believe it. And every single one of them said pregnant. And I'm like shaking. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant, but I can't tell Grant yet because this is his last week of work. And so I'm like in my mind thinking, okay, I've got to just keep it cool. I've got to show up at church and I'm just focused on serving him this whole week. And then what I'll do is I'll order a really cute little gift to present him with, to tell him that we're pregnant. And that'll take some days to get in anyways. And so it's all going to work out. So I find out I'm pregnant. I'm like, I record a little video, but like I'm running around. I look like a crazy person and I'm like, guys, I'm shaking. I just found out I was pregnant. I can't believe it. And then I show up to church and I am seeing all of these people. I see Grant and I'm just like, hi, like today's Pentecost Sunday. It's gonna be a great day. But I did a good job. You didn't know.
No.
He had no idea. He had no idea. And I saw one of my best friends, Becca, and she also didn't know, but she was the first person I saw when I walked into the church. And I was like, she's going to be able to read me like a book. And she didn't. And I was thankful, but I just walked in, we worshiped, we went to lunch. I was cool, calm, and collected.
She just knows that we're pregnant and we're at lunch and just is like, so
like,
how's your
what's
day?
new?
And I'm like so locked in because it's my last Sunday at church. So I'm just like, I just, I wouldn't know to ask.
I just was like fully focused on him. So like the whole week I was just like, how are you feeling? How can I serve you? What, you know, and he, like he said, he had 2 speaking engagements. So you also were preparing for messages throughout the week.
Yeah.
So it was a busy week. It wasn't like we were going on date nights every night of the week.
Like all week. Cause we spent a lot of time in the car cause we had to travel to one of them. And like, you just were so emotional that week. And I remember she would be like, you're such a good man. And I'm just such a good husband. And I'm thinking like, dude, my wife loves me. Like I'm crushing it right now. Like I finished a speaking thing and she's just like, you're so strong in your faith. And like all the while she's like holding in that like
guys,
she's pregnant.
You had a speaking engagement in Dallas and we had some of your friends came and they have a baby.
Oh man.
And while he's talking, I'm holding, it was while worship was going on and I'm holding their baby and I'm like literally crying. Literally, I have tears in my eyes because I'm like loving on this baby and I'm like, I'm pregnant and he doesn't know. I'm holding this baby.
God
and
so hard.
I'm worshiping the Lord and then the baby starts worshiping the Lord. And I'm like, is this going to be our child? Like our baby's going to worship Jesus. Like it was just the cutest, sweetest thing ever. But again, he still has no idea. That's Wednesday.
No clue that my wife's pregnant.
And then your last day was Thursday. But then we must have had something Friday and Saturday.
We went to see Eric Patterson Eric Jacobson.
Oh yeah. We had this like life plan thing that we were meeting with a life coach, which 10 out of 10 recommend. He was amazing. Awesome, shout out dude. Eric. He helped us get our life together.
Thank you, Eric.
We're literally talking about our entire life and he still doesn't know that I'm pregnant. And it's like,
I feel so
we
betrayed.
Want to have kids, you know, when we have kids and I'm just sitting there like,
oh my gosh.
But it was like one thing after another. We did not stop all week.
Got on a Zoom call with Dr. Amon's people.
Oh, yeah.
And it's Tuesday of my last week. And this girl is like, hey guys, you can't come and see Dr. Amon to do all these testings if you're pregnant or looking to get pregnant.
Yeah, because it was like a brain scan.
She's
I know
pregnant.
I'm pregnant.
So, and I'm like, oh, we'll be fine. Like, thank you for saying that. And Maddie's kind of sitting there like, okay, we'll let you know.
I get so awkward.
I'm like, what is a girl? Let's go see him.
I get so awkward. And in the meantime of all of that friend Becca that I was telling you guys about, I went to coffee.
Bex, we love you. We
Becca.
love you, Bex.
I went to coffee with her. And again, Grant still doesn't know. This is probably Tuesday or Wednesday. And I'm like panicked because I'm just like, no one knows. I'm probably supposed to be calling a doctor right now. I'm probably supposed to be on prenatals right now. I'm probably supposed to be, and I'm like, I don't know what to do because I can't talk to anybody about it. And I'm just like sitting there, and she has already had her baby. And so she obviously knows all the things, but I'm just like sitting there. I'm like, yeah, so like, what's going on? How are you feeling? And she just like looks at me and she's like, are you pregnant? And my face, y'all, gets so red. It gets so red. And I'm like, no, why would you say that? No, I'm not pregnant. Like, no, oh my gosh, why would no? And she's like, okay. And then she was like, you should take a pregnancy test. And I was like, no. I was like, it's Grant's last week of work. We're just let him focus on work. And I tried to like divert so hard.
Oh my God.
So there were a couple situations that it was really hard. My face got red. I got really awkward. But for the most part, I was good, and you didn't know. And then now you tell when you found out and how I told you.
Okay, so we're back home Saturday, and it's like basically my first day just like off. And so I go to a coffee shop, and I'm coming back, and Maddie that Thursday and Friday had given me those gifts of like the letters and like a scrapbook. It was so awesome. But then she's like, okay, Grant, I have one more gift for you. And I'm just like, one more like hoodie, shoes, like what?
He's fully thinking, I got him a pair of sneakers.
Yeah. And so I get to the door, and she meets me at the door, and she's like, okay, close your eyes. And I'm just like, what type of like,
I'm like, it's a really
what
special
type of Jordans
gift.
are, like, okay, sure. I close my eyes, and like, guys, my mind could not have been farther from this.
No.
Like, we were not really like, it just wasn't, my mind wasn't there. And I close my eyes, and she's leading me into our kitchen.
I have like a camera set up.
And you tell that moment.
And I tell that I said, I recorded a little video before, and I said, Grant is going to be so surprised. He's going to just keep saying again and again, are you serious? And oh my gosh, that's all he's going to say. He's not going to know what else to say. And literally he walks in, and then tell them what you saw and felt. So
I open my eyes, and the first thing I see is this like wooden frame, and it says, we're having a baby.
Oh my God.
And I look down, and it's the pregnancy test, and it says pregnant. And then right next to that is this little baby Jordan shoe.
So cute.
And behind the Jordan shoe is the same type of shoe, but my size.
Matching shoes.
Matching Jordan shoes. And guys, I kid you not, like I felt like an out of body, like a third person view. Like I could not believe what I was seeing. And I just looked at her, and I feel like I froze for like 5 seconds, and I was like, are you serious? Are you serious? And everything she guessed I would say, I just say it. Oh my gosh, are you serious? And I could not believe it. And it was like one of the most surreal moments of my life. And then we just embraced, and
we got it. We had a moment of getting emotional. And then I told him that I waited a week, and he was like, you waited a week?
I could not. I was just like, what? You held on to this? I'm like, that's why you were crying all week.
That's why I was emotional. But it was so sweet. I was so nervous. Like, it was the craziest feeling ever, because I was like, I'm about to give him this news that's about to change his whole entire life, our whole entire life. And he has no idea. Like, he has no idea.
She had these like hats out that said Dad Gang on them. It just like, so it was really special.
So it was sweet. I got to like order the gifts and really take that time, honestly, throughout the week to just pray and process with Jesus. And of course, I wish like I could have told Grant a little bit sooner, but it worked out.
Thank you for
it was really sweet.
I felt honored by that.
Yeah, because he got to finish the job really strong and be all in with that. And then he got to be all in this moment of telling him that we're pregnant.
100%.
And it almost felt like, okay, literally this chapter is closing, and now this chapter is starting.
100%.
He was like, wow, I've been one day off the job.
I'm like, all right, we got a new life coming here.
We got literally
Dude,
a new
so that
life.
changed the game And then I feel like you and I just got to like, all we could talk about is like, we're pregnant.
We're pregnant. We're having a baby.
What in the world?
Goodness.
So then.
But then we waited a long time until we told people.
Yeah. So that was week what?
So I don't even know how this works,
6?
guys. I have no idea. I don't know. Week 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
And then we waited until like week 8 or 9 until we told my family.
Because you wanted to see your family in person first.
I wanted to see my family in person, and I wasn't going to see them until like the end of June or something. And so we had to wait for 3 or 4 weeks and just like hold this inside. Meanwhile, we're like going on all these trips with like friends and his family. And I'm just like, yeah.
So we're going on so many vacations with like my family, our friends.
We go on a trip with Janine and Caleb cornered me.
Caleb corners her, and for whatever reason, it's just like, you're pregnant, aren't you?
Face gets red.
Maddie starts to like crumble. And I
can't lie, guys. I'm an honest person.
And I'm like, dude, you would know. Do you think I would be able to hold it in? And just like super like come in.
I was like, Grant, I need you to swoop in. I can't do it.
Hey, so before we told her parents, though, we go to our first appointment.
Yeah.
I think that was week 7 or 8. And
it was so crazy.
Tell them about that.
I just, it's really wild when you see the pregnancy test and it says you're pregnant, but like your body hasn't necessarily started changing yet. Your belly's not getting bigger. Obviously, I can't like see the baby. And so I'm just like, are you good in there? Like everything good? And so it's such a weird feeling. And so I just, every day I was like, I just can't wait till we have our appointment. I can't wait till we have our appointment. I can't wait till we have our appointment. Just want to make sure everything's okay. I just want to see the baby. And so that was like I would say like I was a little angsty, but also so excited. And we prayed right before the appointment and both walked in, I feel like, with just so much joy and peace. A lot of joy.
Yeah. I think that one girl wasn't ready for us at the start.
Oh no. Yeah.
We just came in with like a positive
like, hi,
joy.
We're pregnant. And they were like, fill out this paper.
She's like, gosh, just fill this out.
They're like, fill out this paper, sign in. I'm like, okay.
I'll never forget the moment. Like they had to like put the thing. They obviously put something in her. And I was like, oh my gosh.
She's like, wow.
But all of a sudden, like the image of our baby shows up on the screen. And at like the moment we see, they said the baby is the size of a quarter at this point.
So tiny.
But it was already forming arms and legs.
You could see
the baby started moving, and the lady was like,
happy dance. The baby was doing a happy dance
for you.
It was so cute. We were like, oh, you're doing a happy dance for us.
I'm sitting there like she brought a camera, and the lady's like, no pictures yet. And I'm just like, this is unbelievable.
Crazy.
And then the heartbeat came on, and it was like, boom, 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 boom. And that was like I almost started crying because it was just like, this is life in you.
It was so sweet.
It was really special. And we've told no one at this point. It was just like a very intimate moment.
Just the two of us, like truly, us and the doctors. And so we left there so excited. And then we had, I think, another week or 2 weeks until we were seeing my family. Mm-hmm. But again, in the meantime, even before that appointment, we were on all of these trips with your family. Yeah. And his sister was getting engaged, it was so fun. It was like the perfect trip. But I had my moments of like getting sick and no one in the family knows.
Dude.
And so I'm like having to like.
She's dipping out for like 4 hours.
I went and took like a 3-hour nap and people were like, where's Maddie? And I'm like passed out in the room.
Man, she's tired. I don't know.
And I'm constantly hungry. So I had to like place an order where their family didn't see, where we could have like all of these snacks in our little room. And so, because I'm like, if they see I have all these snacks in my room, they're going to get suspicious. And there was something else too. Oh, we were like sitting outside and it was so hot.
You got so
and
hot.
I got overheated because
that's
something, at least for me and being pregnant, like I can get really overheated fast. And I was getting really hot and everyone else was, they were like, it's fine, it's hot, but like, we'll be fine.
She had to like leave. She had to go inside.
I'm not okay. I need to sit inside. I had to get like a cold rag. And they're all just like sitting out there watching me. They're like, you good? so
crazy.
I'm like, yeah, I'm great. So honestly, we're shocked that people didn't pick up on it before then.
Hudson was on to us.
We did. We had
my cousin was on to it.
His cousin. That'll be baby uncle, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how all that works.
Well, no, uncle's my brother, Preston.
Oh, that's true.
Cousins,
so he'll just be a cousin.
Anyways,
he was on to us, and he was also him and Caleb were on to us, and so then we want to get him into like telling the family, I was so excited. I could not wait to tell someone because this whole time I'm honestly struggling really bad. I'm nauseous. I'm tired all the time. I'm just like lethargic and apathetic. I just am like, I have no motivation or energy to do anything. I was like, I'm failing as a boss. I'm not doing a good job of being a wife right now. I'm not being a great friend right now. And I just felt like I was isolating myself because I felt like if I was going to talk to people, I would accidentally tell them. And so I wasn't really talking to like any of my friends. I feel like I pulled back from like all of my close friends. I wasn't talking to them as much. And they did kind of notice it. They told me later, but I was like, I had to, like, I would have spilled the beans. And so I had to pull back. So it was kind of, I mean, it was a lonely time. My body was changing. I was nauseous. I just wasn't feeling like myself. But then at the same time, still like so thankful for this miracle inside of me and just like constantly praying over the baby. So I was just so ready to tell someone.
Yeah.
And so they can't hear you.
So we get to Georgia, and she's got this big speaking engagement. She's so sick.
I'm so
she's
sick,
so
y'all.
sick.
And I'm
like,
opening for this conference.
She must be like nervous. And I'm just like, yeah, like she's, and so she gets through it and she kills it.
God showed up.
And the next day, her family, we were all supposed to go to Auburn with her family, and we were going to just tell them there. And so we brought these onesies, these little shoes. We brought the sonogram, and her younger sister, her middle sister, Mallory, was like, hey guys, I'm going to go back to Nashville. I've got to work. And we're just like,
no, you can't.
No, like you have to go with us. And she's like, no, I love you, but I got to go work. So we were like, okay, we have to do it here at the hotel before everyone leaves.
Yeah.
So in our room, we texted her parents the next morning, the morning we're all about to leave. And we were like, hey guys, we're really praying just through next steps and stuff. Would you guys want to come to our room and just like pray with us?
Yeah, like praying over what God has for our next steps. Grant just finished his job, like what's next. And so they like fully, because we've been talking to them about that, obviously. And so they were fully bought in.
They were like, absolutely.
Yeah.
So they show up, and okay, in our room, we've laid out the onesie, we've laid out the sonogram, the shoe. We have cameras set up. So like a camera and two phones. So we have the onesie laid out, the shoe laid out, the sonogram laid out, and we have all these cameras. So like phone, camera, phone. And
we have a onesie for my dad that's like future baller, like an Auburn jersey. We have one for my mom that's like Grandma Tauntaun, like
and
loves
Coach.
you, something. I don't know. And we have all these little things laid out. And y'all, they were not prepared.
They had no idea. So they come with all their luggage.
Yeah.
And
I'm like, leave it at the door.
They like knock, and we're like pressing play on all of our cameras, and we're just like being sketchy.
Yeah.
They're like, hello? And I'm like, go get the door. And they're like, what are y'all doing in there?
They're like, what are y'all up to?
And so Maddie opens the door, and immediately she goes, all right, close your eyes. And they're just like caught off guard. They're like,
heart is racing.
They're like, should we leave our luggage in the hall? Like,
yeah, they're like, we can't leave our luggage out here. And I'm like, I don't know, just get in here. And they're like, they have, again, no idea what's going on. So like, why are we closing our eyes? And I was like, we have a gift for you. I was like, can you just like come in? But then we had to like get all their luggage and stuff. And I'm just like, okay, let's get the luggage. I'm like so nervous.
So nervous. We both are. So finally we just bring them in, open their eyes, and your dad immediately starts crying.
Yeah.
Your mom doesn't even know what to say.
Shocked.
She's so shocked.
She usually has like those, mom intuitions and feelings, and she
had no idea.
Did not have a clue.
Oh my gosh.
So they were just not prepared, did not expect it. I think they would have had more of a like intuition or inkling if we had done it in Auburn. Like I think if we had tried to set up something in Auburn, they would have been like, okay, something's going on. But I think because we were just in a random hotel in Georgia and we were like, hey, come pray with us, they were just not prepared. But they were so excited. So we did just my parents first, and then we had my sisters.
Your sisters came up.
And we texted them.
You can't do that?
It's just cutting off your...
Oh. Sorry.
Guys,
I'm telling comfortable. I put my feet up.
Anyways, my sisters then come over, and I don't remember what we told them.
We just like, come pray for us. Like we're thinking about next steps.
We're all in
come
the
up.
room praying.
Dude, it was so special.
I'm like, is it okay that we lied about praying? No, because then we did pray, guys. We did pray. But they come in and we told them to close their eyes. They're immediately like, what? What's going on? And we were like, just don't worry about it. Come on, come on. And they open their eyes. They see Mallory starts bawling, crying. She's like the emotional one of the three of us girls. And then Mary starts tearing up, and they're just like, no, oh my gosh. And we hugged, we embraced. embraced. And then we all gathered together and prayed. And that was a really special moment because I think just like we hadn't told anyone, and then getting to tell my family, and then just like praying, and then praying over the baby.
Everybody prayed, and
everyone prayed.
Everyone was crying. It was just like such a holy moment of like,
so
God,
sweet.
you are such a giver of good gifts. Thank you so much for this gift.
Yeah.
It's really special.
It was really sweet. So that was a sweet moment. And then we come back to Dallas and then tell your family.
Yeah.
And we kind of did the same thing where we kind of told everyone like somewhat separately, close your eyes. His mom knew though, but that's because we had to be kind of sketchy with her because she was on the way to go to the lake, and we were like, "No, please stay in Dallas. We really want to see you." And she's like,
"We're like,
we're gonna see." She's like, "We're gonna see each other at the lake.
Want to get lunch with you." She's like, "Okay, I'll stay." So I think she knew, but
she kind of knew.
She walked in, she lost it. She was so sweet.
It
and then
was
my dad
sweet.
and my brother Savannah was so happy,
Savannah
crying.
was really happy.
My sister. We're week 13 at the time as we record this.
As we're recording this.
And we've just found out the gender. So we know the gender, and that's changed the game too.
We'll be doing a little gender reveal soon. That'll be posted. But yeah, it's been so fun because then once you find out the gender, like since then we've been able to actually
think about
it's
names.
Like there's identity on this child. We're not just calling the child it. It's like now we can actually put identity. We can think about names.
Yeah.
We can pray a little bit more specifically. And so it's just we can get cute clothes. And it's been so
really
fun.
So now we've been like telling all of our close friends through like FaceTimes and moments. It's been the coolest season ever.
Janine and Caleb felt a little bitter that we didn't tell them in Miami
totally,
when we were
totally.
with them, but they were so excited. And now I'm peer pressuring her and all my friends. I'm like, let's all be pregnant at the same time. But it really has. It's been so fun, and truly, like, we're just humbled. We're excited. We're expectant, and just honestly, I mean, this is a season of so much new, and obviously we've never been parents before, so we're like, we don't know what we're doing, and just like praying every day, like, God, give us wisdom, like show us how to raise this child in a way that honors you, and to teach this child how to fear you and love you and know you and be in an intimate relationship with you. Give us wisdom, Lord. I mean, we've just been in this constant posture of prayer and surrender, and it's fun. It's a really sweet season that I just couldn't wait to share with you guys and kind of bring you guys into what it's been looking like and how it's been honestly even like hard for me I've been so bad on social media and on my phone and anything because I've just not been feeling the best.
Yeah, it's been a
we're starting
first trimester.
We're starting to turn the corner. I can't talk.
You're going to be such a good mom. You're going to be such a good mom. What have been some of your favorite moments throughout this process? Like, you talk to the baby.
Yeah.
You sing. We read Psalm 139 over the baby.
Yeah.
What's been some of your favorite moments?
I mean, definitely just moments with, I guess, us has been telling you, of course, and then our first appointment, and then finding out the gender. We read Psalm 139 and we just prayed over the baby and got to just speak life over the baby. And so that was some of my favorite moments. But I think just in the quiet time, like truly, I'm just like, I'm talking to the baby. I'm singing to the baby. I'm reading scripture over the baby. I'm constantly in prayer. And it's wild what it does for a woman because, and I've like tried to tell him this too, because it's so different for the guy. Cause I mean, your body's not the one changing. And so for me, I'm like, my body is changing so much and I can literally feel like this baby being created in my womb and developing in my womb. And it just, and your hormones are up and down. So like the emotions, but also I already feel so connected to this baby. And it's just such a gift that mothers have to be able to be a home like for this baby or for their babies. So it's been really sweet, but I would say at the same time, it's really daunting and can feel overwhelming. There's so many opinions out there. There's so many, just you should do this. You should do this. You should read this. You should watch this. And it can feel super overwhelming. And just to know, like, I'm going to have to give birth to this child and there's going to be a labor and delivery. And my goodness, I hope we're going to get through it and God's going to be there. But it's just like all the thoughts, of just, and then, wow, like, okay, I'm going to be a mom. Like I'm going to be, and thinking about how amazing of a mom my mom was for me and my sisters. It's like, wow, it's a big responsibility. It's a big role. And just the role of encouraging and love and nurturing and being present. So it's had me constantly thinking and constantly praying. There will be some moments of like some fearful thoughts that I have to just continue to submit to Christ and, some ways that the enemy will attack me, some things that I'll see on social media that then will strike fear, or things that I've heard before that will then create ideas or things in my mind. And I just have to continue to submit it to Christ, submit my thoughts to Christ, and be like, Lord, this is not our child. This is your child. And this baby belongs to you. My body belongs to you. And you are not only the creator of life, you're the sustainer of life. And I am trusting you to sustain this child if it's according to your will. And I know that this child's days are numbered, and you formed this child, and you know this child and love this child more than we could ever. And so just having, I think, that peace, and in knowing just how good and sovereign God is, and has brought me peace. But it's definitely, it's as exciting as it's been. It's also come with, some fearful thoughts and some moments of feeling overwhelmed, and even thinking about all that I do work wise. It's like, okay, I'm gonna have to figure out priorities and, and just figure out how can I be the best mom for this child. And so, yeah, those are things that have been going through my head. Are you so excited to be a dad?
I'm really excited.
You're going to be the best dad ever.
I'm really excited.
Like, man, in the world.
I can't wait. It's crazy.
I mean, I feel like we've even heard more sermons lately of, roles of being a dad. And I just feel like you're the healthiest I've ever seen you since I've known you in every aspect and way. And just so consistent and a rock. And so I'm so excited to see you step into this new role.
When I found out the gender, it just changed the game.
Yeah.
I was like, I just can't wait to be a dad. I can't wait to be a dad. And part of the journey that's been crazy to get them into is like the second appointment, they took your blood and they said, this is where we're going to find out if there's any deformities, defects, special needs. And you basically have like a 2-week waiting period where you're like, you're going to find out the gender through this and if your baby's healthy. And that's one of those moments we just really were like, oh God, we trust you with this. And like the fragility of pregnancy, it's just everyone's is different. And this has been such a journey. And praise God, the baby came back and they said it's perfectly healthy. And I just feel like every step of the way, it's tested our faith to be like, we trust you with life. And as we think about Psalm 139, that God's knitting this child together in your womb, God has written out every single day of this child before it has taken its first breath. And God knows. And so God's just simply entrusted us with his child to help steward that. And that's a really fun, exciting challenge that I can't wait to be a part of with you.
Yeah.
And I just have seen how much a mom carries in this process of, is the baby healthy? Is everything okay? And it tests your faith because it's not up to you. Yeah. And for someone that likes control, God is saying, I'm in control.
Yeah. Yeah. You have no control at all. You can't see it. And especially again, right now, I don't have the big bump going on. And so there's just the constant, are you good in there? Is everything okay? And there's just this like motherly angst that, again, I have to continue to just give it to God and be like, this child, again, what you just said, but this child is not mine. It's not ours. Like, this child belongs to you. And so I trust you. I trust you with this baby. And it's that constant reminder. And then on top of that, it's just, you're not even feeling yourself. And so like physically and just like emotionally, I'm not totally feeling myself. And so I'll have weeks of just, feeling so, I just want to lay on a couch all day and I don't want to do anything. And then I've gotten sick a couple times with kind of like flu-like or stomach flu-like symptoms that I've caught, and we've been traveling nonstop. So that's probably also due to that. So then my body's even more tired. Yeah. And so, it's definitely been a challenge. Even like sleeping at night, like I'll just be like sitting there, just can't fall asleep.
She'll get up at like 1 and make some cereal.
Guys, I get so hungry at night.
She's eating so much.
I eat so much. That was the first clue that I had, because Grant and I went to Grant and I went to this wing spot, pizza and wings.
She always over orders, under eats every time. She never eats her meal.
That is true.
So she orders like what, 30 wings and 2 pieces of pizza?
It's like
it's like 15 wings, 2 pieces of pizza. So I'm like, here we go.
I told him, I was like, because he ordered like half that. Like he ordered like a slice of pizza and like 6 wings. And I told him, I was like, well, I'm not going to eat all my wings. I just wanted to get these to try, because I got 2 different flavors. So I was like, I just wanted to try both flavors, and you had to do this size. So I was like, I'm not going to eat it all. You can have the rest. So that was the plan. Again, this is before either of us knew that I was pregnant. And I start eating, y'all, and I ate all 15 wings, all 2 pieces of pizza, and it was the best meal I've ever had in my life. And I'm like sucking off the juice off my fingers, and I'm like, these are so good. And he's just staring at me like, I've never seen you eat like that in my life.
That's when we should have known something.
That's when I had a little, I was like, that's odd. Still didn't think much about it, but I was like, that's new. But yeah, crazy. So I've been eating like crazy, but I'll wake up like in the middle of the night with hunger pains, and I'm like, I have to eat. So I'll just go fix a bowl of cereal or, eat a pickle or something. I've been loving pickles lately. Oh,
it's been amazing. It's been really
but
cool.
We just wanted to bring you in on the journey. Obviously, there'll be so much more to talk about. It's still new. We're learning, we're growing, we're figuring it out, and we're asking questions. Now that we're getting to actually tell people, we're getting to talk to people about it and ask questions and do kind of more research and figure out this next season and where we want to be, where we want to raise this child. And
it changes the whole. It changes everything. Changes the whole game.
Yeah.
And we're
so you guys
really
can be praying for
excited.
us.
Yeah, please be praying. Please be praying for our baby and for us, for wisdom.
Yeah. For all the things.
Gosh,
I can't wait to see you as
so
a dad.
Glad. I'm just really happy.
I'm so happy. Yeah. We're pregnant.
Let's go.
We're pregnant. I mean, should we do like, we're pregnant. Hey,
yo.
We're pregnant.
All right, guys.
It's not a surprise anymore. You guys know.
Are so thankful to tell you. Maddie is obviously, as you know, going to be the best mama, and pray for your boy as I become a dad.
Great dad.
And let's go do this thing.
Yeah, let's do it, guys. We will bring you guys along the journey. I'm gonna have my mom come on the podcast, and we'll talk all things motherhood, parenting. I have tons of questions for her, but yeah, we just love y'all, and just this episode was truly just to update you guys and bring you into this new life update and pregnancy journey. When you think about us, give us a prayer. Throw up a prayer for the baby, for us, for this next season. And just hope you guys continue to love, stay true.
Yes,
and we love doing this. I love having him on with me to do this. And it's just been so much fun. So,
and is it a boy or a girl?
Yeah, you tell us.
You got to guess. Is it a boy or a girl?
I mean, we know. You guys don't know yet. But let us know, and be sure to follow us and leave a review. It's so helpful when you guys leave reviews.
Yeah.
It just continues to get the word out to other people. And I love seeing you guys repost and reshare how, Stay True is encouraging you and impacting you. I love seeing those. And so continue to do that. We love y'all so much.
Love you guys.
And as always, stay you, stay true. Love you.